Hello. Hi. Woo. We're live. We're not live. This is recording. I'm awake and present this morning fully. Hi. This is NAMP episode 14?
15,
14.
15,
No.
15.
No, it's definitely not
Yes,
15. Hold on. No, wait, let me check right now. I don't believe you.
I know it's 15.
I post the
It's a 1 5.
episode. I post the episodes. It's 14. It
No, it's not.
is. Fuck, this is
15.
episode 15. No!
Yes, 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 yes.
Um,
I love it.
well, if you missed episode 14, that's probably because you didn't check out our Spotify because it was a special audio only episode. So go check that shit out, motherfuckers. Anyway, hi. I'm one of your co hosts, Flare Gun, and.
Co-host the Waterboy.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Wowzers.
Or as I prefer, Wet Man. I'm trying to get it to catch on.
You are trying to get that to stick. A new act channel for me. Wet man.
I don't know why, but I think it's very amusing. So
How did how did you get that to come up?
well, I was just trying to
How'd
think. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, how'd that come up? I can't remember. Or
Oh,
you just think of other things, names.
yeah. I was like, okay. So basically, I was like, Waterboy is cool, right? It's a fun name, but I was like, how can I make your name? And I don't know why my brain did this, but my brain is, got little brain gremlins running around. So it was like,
And
how
it
can we
does.
make this to sound more like off-putting? Like what's like why but still be the same have the same meaning of like Waterboy, but like off-putting. And I was like, well, Wet Man sounds really funny because that could have multiple meanings. And it was like, yeah. And I was thinking about Moist Man, but then I was like, no, that's weird. So I was like, Wet Man is better than Moist Man.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but
I think anywhere it was coming from, but I just wanted clarification.
yeah. I
Um,
was like, words. I like to make words very weird and like nonsensical. Um, so it's a time.
you're not like an English major or
No,
studying to be an English major.
no.
It's about when your words and whips and clips.
Well, no, that's because I enjoy butchering and deflating the English language. And most
That you
people
do.
who are English majors don't really like my take on English. I'm like, I know English, so I can do whatever the flippity floppity I want with it. I can make it make no sense. And they're like, that's not how that works. And I'm like, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
In her head, it does.
It does. Um, but yeah, today, guys, whoa, our lovely listeners, we're gonna be talking about the world the World Cuppies, the World Championship, IATC, the International Axe Throwing Championship. It's right around the corner. We're gonna be talking about that, and specifically, one of us qualified. Spoiler alert: it wasn't me. So we're gonna be talking about prep and what it's like to prepare for such an event and all the goody Gucci-ness that goes around with it. Um, so yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about it. So we've talked about IATC a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Um, so what is it? What is it? What is IATC? You want to answer that?
I think you just did.
I did. How?
You said it's the International Axe Throwing Championship.
But what is that? What if you don't know what that is?
I just like interjecting.
These
So,
nuts.
as you probably know, Sam, from us talking about it,
Hmm.
um, The IATC is a accumulation of the end of the Axstone calendar year, which is a little weird because it's May to May, and March to March. One of those things. So it's off. It doesn't make sense. Whatever. There's probably something logic behind it. I don't know. Anyway.
People don't want to go to Canada in winter. LOL. I think that's the logic.
Oh, that's true. That's a valid point. You win. If that's not it, it's probably it. You're right. No one wants to go there in the cold.
Yeah.
But it is a final championship of all the top 256 throwers across the entire world. So yeah, it's really cool to be able to get people from. We have people from Australia, people from the UK, we have people obviously from Canada and the US, and then all over the US. And there's probably some other places, but none that I can think of and recall off the top of my head. But as the sport grows, so does where people travel from to get to IATC, which is really cool. I think one of the biggest, to digress for you, Sam, we might have discussed this a little bit in the previous episode on round one. Which again, for those to recap who didn't know, you must qualify for round one if your venue you throw out of, if you are one of the top throwers who gets, every venue gets bids. If once you throw in round one, if you are high enough in your average after you throw during this little contest, which Sam participated in, you are able to obtain one of those said bids.
Yes.
So if one bid gets, if a venue gets, say, 10 bids, and the top 10 averages are awarded those bids, and then you get to then go to the second round in Toronto. Yay! Don't recall where I was going with this. I don't remember.
Oh, I know. So the people that get the top 10, yeah, they're just calling dibs because that's bids backwards. So they actually just get dibs. They just get dibs to go. They're like, dibs! I get to go to Canada. I call dibs.
I feel like the people who won Grand Slams and majors are the ones who get dibs first, because those things are already set in stone.
Anyway, continue. Just had to get that out. That was a joke, by the way. I know you guys probably know that
yeah, no, it was.
Yeah, that's not actually how that works. You probably know. I'm gonna shut up now.
No, you're not. You say that so many times and you don't shut up. But yes, out of those 256, as we spoke before, about 56 of them are given out to people who win majors and Grand Slam tournaments throughout the year before IATC. So then that voids you needing to participate in round one, which is nice. You still have to throw just to get an average so you can be ranked among those winning throwers of the tournaments and Grand Slams. But in general, you are done with that, which is cool.
Yeah.
What I was going to get to, what I was going to ask you, which I know is always, I feel like, been a debate, and I feel like I've heard this from other audio podcasts as well, is the debate on, so as we just said, venues get bids, and then those bids are determined by how you throw in round one, meaning anyone who qualifies for round one can throw in round one to advance.
Mm-hmm.
Should it be, but in the turn, on the flip side, we all are ranked in the Collins rating on X Scores, the device that keeps track of all of our scores. Mm-hmm. It then obviously ranks us by how we are throwing against our opponents. It changes depending on the difficulty of the other opponent you play, if you win or lose, all the different variables. And then you get a ranking. The top 300 are ranked, and then everyone else is in a percentage. So the debate has been, do you just take the top 256 after a said date from that, or do you let everyone compete? because theoretically the IATC is for the top 256. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's do you, if that makes sense. If you're kind of taking the top, not to be, I guess, petty in a sense, but you're taking the top 256 if you go by their ranking after a certain date, which means that could always be the same throwers over and over again because they always throw at such a high caliber. Whereas throwers underneath that cap might be able to get in because any given day, anyone can throw whatever. You never know what can happen. And they could win a bid, or their venue, say, has 2 bids up for grabs and only 2 people want to go and they make it in, but their average is below outside of that ranking. So it's an interesting little, I know people have been talking about that before.
Okay.
And whether or not that's good, bad, it doesn't need to be changed,
So, here is my take on that, okay? All right, this is my opinion, okay?
Take
Okay. I think that I understand the concept behind taking the 256 people with the highest Collins rating, and in theory...
Nice word drop.
Wait, why was that a nice word drop?
Because you used the word Collins rating. I didn't use that. You did.
Yes, you did.
I just called them ranked.
You literally said Collins rating, yeah.
Okay. Never mind. Continue, my liege.
And okay, I think it makes sense in a way that, the best 252 people that they get to go. However, I also think that takes away from the sport in a sense, because then you have people that are only vying to improve their Collins rating versus like vying to better their own averages, better like their tournament winnings, like all of these different factors that go into either getting a bid or qualifying from round 1 are taken away. So in a sense, I actually think it will take away the like diversity of the sport in a sense, and it's more just about throwing better consistently all the time and then like trying to beat people versus like giving people different opportunities and pathways to qualify. And that's not even talking about like giving people who potentially maybe aren't as good of a throwers a chance to throw in Canada. Like then that even opens the conversation into like into even a broader sense of like, well, if you take away these, you're taking away like cool opportunities in the sport in general, but then you're also taking those opportunities away from even more people versus just taking them away from the top throwers. So I don't know. Also, Collins rating sucks. I think it's cool, but I don't think it's like a reliable enough system to depend on to determine the top 252 throwers. Like, here's the thing. Collins rating, you can beat someone that's like, because maybe they just had they had one really shitty night or whatever, and they're a really good thrower. You beat them, say you're kind of like average or whatever, but then your ranking will fucking shoot up so many points out of nowhere. Like, and it's just because you beat one person one time. Like, if you're not ranked or if you're ranked lower or whatever, and like they're really highly ranked, like, I'm like, huh? But this doesn't make sense. Like, I'm like, but what? Because the one yeah. So, anyway, that's my opinion.
Yeah, the Collins. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The Collins rating is its own debate, and it's I think in its own right. I understand. I think the basics of how it works and points being awarded to the winner, but then how many points are determined also by how good of a player you're throwing against, and all that. So, yeah, it's its own debate. But yes, I think you stand correct that I feel kind of take away, in a sense, you can take away, or someone could argue, you take away the exclusivity of what people want the sport to be by just always taking the top 256. I don't know what the breakdown is, but say the top 250 are all throwers in Canada and the United States.
Mm-hmm.
You then leave out the rest of the world, who are not part of those numbers. So you're always having the same people from the same places come together and throw again, versus theoretically mixing it up when you take away that ranking and make everyone compete as a separate entity. And then more people come from different places because they have the opportunity and they have won and received that bid, which I think is great. And like you say, you get the other people who might not normally have qualified. They not to. I mean, it's the top 256. They're really good. They may not do as well as they'd hope sometimes. Like my first year, I don't feel like I did that good, but I had a great time. And I think that's what most of it hopefully is about for most people, is at least they take away that they've had a great time there. I mean, it's already an honor to get a bid to go there and be part of how many throwers in the world who are part of our organization, and you're only one of 256. That's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
So
I think something that I would kind of like to see, I think this would be a big change up. I don't know if they would ever do this, but like potentially if they awarded spots to venues for round 1, like based off of, I don't know if this would work, but like based off of like thrower average, or like versus just like population of the venue. So like, or like take both into account. Like say if you have okay, we'll use Choppers for example, because Choppers is a venue with like lots of phenomenal throwers. All right, so say if you have Choppers and then they get, we'll just say 5 spots, right? But if they changed it so it's like, you know, they're a venue with a lot of great throwers, but they also take into account like maybe that's how they include Collins rating. So like they take into account how high the average Collins rating is of like the throwers that throw out of that venue. So then they would get 8 spots instead of 5, but then that would definitely take away spots from potentially like smaller venues. So I don't know. That would be interesting, because if you want to like make it more, so more of those spots are going to potentially like tippity top throwers versus being spread around. Like I think that might be a way to do it where it's like kind of compromisey. I don't know. It didn't sound right when it came out of my mouth, so maybe not.
I think that's
We're allowed to
I
have
think
bad ideas.
What?
I just said
What about that?
we're allowed to have bad ideas here.
Oh, absolutely. But no, I think you answered your own question though. If there was another variable, like you say, that awards more bids because of a separate variable to a venue, it definitely takes away then from the total pool, and then hurts another venue or other venues. So I can see that being a negative towards other venues.
Yeah. Like I think with that it would just be like you have to weigh the pros and cons. It's like, do you want to try and have the highest quality, or like not quality, highest accuracy throwers compete in Canada, or do you want
Okay.
like, you know, or do you want to try and still have a really high caliber of people but just also be able to include more people? So I think it's like highest like bar or like lower bar, and maybe there's like a bar in the middle that we just haven't found yet, you know? I don't know. Anyway, IATC. Woo. So, I don't remember. We didn't talk about our round 1 experiences, did we? I don't think we did on the podcast.
Maybe briefly.
Because we talked about.
We can recap it again.
Okay. Yeah. You want to go first? You want to talk about yours really quick? Just how it went for you, what it was like.
It was a Sunday. the clouds were white and bloomy and poofy. The sun was out. No.
No, wait, I'm intrigued. Keep going. I want to hear.
There was a buzzing in my ear.
Oh,
I
what
should
was
have
the
been to the
buzzing?
doctor and had it looked at. No, I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, buzzing. No, I threw out a medicinal meadery in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and it was a very good experience. I mean, I've done it before. This was my third round one, I think, attempt. Um, their setup is a little different because they only have 2 lanes, so it's harder to, for the amount of people who are attempting to get those bids. Takes, I guess you could say, a little bit longer just because of cycling people in. And I've been used to different things, from competing for round one out of urban, where I've had everything from them having just us in the venue, no music, dead silence, everyone's just in their own little zone, and you just come in, you practice, you throw, you're done, you leave. No one talks to anyone. Meadery did have music, I believe, what I remember, and there was a little talk back and forth, not too much while we were throwing in the lanes, but between movement on each round. But yeah, overall, it was a very good time. Everyone was very helpful and cheering each other on. I mean, that was the one thing that was nice about them, was they had a group post just letting everyone know, they recommended or asked everyone to stay, no matter what group you're in, to help support the next group, and so on and so on. Just so you know, you're doing something really big, so they want everyone to feel like it's just as important to them as it is the next person who's trying to compete, whether you get the bid or not. So that was a very nice for them to think about doing that, and it definitely made the environment very nice. Other than that, yeah, obviously I threw really well. I think everyone would always say, unless I'm not already a world champion, I'm always going to want to wish I threw a little bit better here and there. But yes, I was very satisfied with my result, and super excited to go back to Canada again this year. Yeah, that was pretty much my experience. I think I drew out a little bit much. And you threw out of urban for round one.
Yeah. It was my first time throwing round one. It was pretty cool. I was with a cool group of people, I think, so it was pretty chill. Because I know round one can be really stressful for some people. But I was with some chill people, so it was pretty sick nasty or whatever. And the format was weird. It made me realize that I needed a new axe, which was pretty sick, and now I got a new axe from it, and now we're crushing life with that axe. So it's pretty sick. It was a good time. I wish I threw better, for sure. I threw poopy doo dog shit, but you know, that's what next time's for.
If you qualify this calendar year or this axe throwing year, will you do it again?
Okay. Oh wait, maybe. Yes. Actually, wait. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Well, which one is it, Sam? Which one is it? Come on.
I don't know. I'll probably do it again. I think it's just good experience, and that way, I think it's cool if you do it year over year, just to like track your progress, so like you can see how much you've improved, because there's no other really like format like that where you can like see that like flat average, or like with that kind of throws. So I think it's just like a cool progress tracker format, even if you're like not trying to go to good old wee Canada. I do want to go to Canada, but like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, you can still go.
Well, obviously.
There's always the Close But No Cigar, the other averages, the other tournaments up there they have, the Slayer series, all things you qualify for. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like lots of other stuff to do. Like, you don't have to just do like the World Championship. Like the tourney is almost like a week long, and there's lots of other big bongo stuff happening, like Graham said. So yeah. But we're gonna talk about your training. So you qualified, you went to IATC last year. what are you doing? Tell us about
Correct.
your training arc.
Well, lifting weights and taking names.
Yeah, what are you lifting? What's your lift routine look like? Oh,
Mostly big axes. No, my routine is, as some people know me, I am one to change axes and change well, more of my axes, but I'll tweak my throw and change my axes as well. Far too frequently than I ever should. I think most throwers find what they enjoy to throw and then change it. If they do change anything, they change it maybe one time a year and then just ride it out. I do that far too much, probably, and it's probably both a negative and a positive. Um, so right now, it's just me just trying to stick with what I've been throwing and keeping it on pace, and yeah, going to practice and just getting in a routine of, in my mind, taking advantage of what I feel like is my weakness and try to capitalize that during practice rounds. The other big practice rounds, obviously, are all the venues for us, for at least us locally. I know there's 3 off the top of my head, depending when this, well, when it airs, doesn't matter. But X's and O's in Virginia, Choppers, I believe, out of New Jersey, and Medusa Meadery out of Lancaster, PA, have all done. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Have all done. Don't worry, you did not wake me up. Have all done pre-IATC premier marathons. Something for people who, if you are going, that's great. That's probably more who it's for, but it's for anyone, really. Anyone, just to get some actual prep of what it feels like to have to throw at the high caliber you do when you go to Canada. So yeah, so I am doing one. I did one last week at the Meadery. We're doing another one this coming week. Again, another premiere. And then I missed out on one at Axis and O's, which was yesterday. I really wish I could have done, which would have been the last of the month, but probably no big deal. And so yeah, so my prep will be doing those. And then I will most likely, once I get to Canada, I will most likely probably, I think I did this last year on Friday evening. I went out and practiced just one final practice before the big thing. Nothing too stringent, nothing too crazy, just throwing some hatchets, throwing some big axe, and just relax and just get the feel for it. Obviously, you'll get your practice in. I'll get one more practice come the day of the event of round 2. I think everyone gets an hour at their venue. So I'll have that. And then I'll get obviously three practice throws. And we'll off to the race as we go. So yeah, that kind of, I guess, encompass a weird amount of scheduling as well as what I do for prep. But yeah, in a nutshell, prep is just practicing and using marathons that are right before it as a way to practice. So yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Other than the marathons, like I know, like, how often are you like throwing per week? Are you increasing the times you're throwing to like to go out and like consciously choose to practice as it gets closer to IATC? And like, if you are, what are you doing during those practice sessions? Like, do you have any like games specifically you like to play to prep for IATC? Are you like just doing like mock rounds every time, like 4 throws up, 4 throws up? Like what does that look like for you? It's different for everyone, but
oh yeah, it's absolutely different for everyone. Mine is just getting in there. If I have headphones in, I'll try to zone things out and just kind of practice a little bit with throwing an imaginary round, and just throwing bowls and then clutches and then going to a little bit of big axe and then actually play a few rounds against myself. And that's pretty much it. Just something relaxed and something simple. No real games. Kind of keeping it the best to what I'm going to experience in Toronto. So nothing too crazy. But yeah, like other people have their own routines, their own things. if other people are there and they want to practice and play some games with me, I will join in. I know people like to do sevens because that's obviously very key to hit those clutches. But other than that, yeah, it's just typical, just relaxed thing and just try to be zoned in on what I'm doing and no distractions.
Okay, so I know you throw multiple days a week for league, but then like, do you go early to practice to those league days as well? Or like, so like how many days of the week are you practicing? Like, is it every day for you?
No. I used to be that crazy, almost that crazy. No, practice is only like an extra 1 day a week. I don't want to try to hurt myself too much. I went to the driving range last weekend, which was a bad idea because my arm wasn't ready for that. It was more used to throwing an axe, not swinging a golf club. So I definitely felt that a little bit.
Did you
I'm
do
throwing league on Tuesday.
Did you do
What?
warm-up
Did I do what?
stretches? Did you do warm-up stretches at all? Did you warm up your body? Did you do the things you're supposed to do, or did you just, yank the golf club? Swing it, I mean.
All right, Miss All right, Miss Devil's Advocate. No, I did not, because I never do. I never do stretches. I just wing it every time. But yeah, no, I winged it. I didn't do any stretches. But
tisk, tisk,
is
tisk,
what it is.
tisk. Disappointed.
I know.
Disappointed.
That's what the biofreeze is for. That's the counterbalance.
What is biofreeze?
You've seen me. Throwing bows and I have it. We use it. It's the
yeah, that shit.
muscle relaxer
Yes,
kind
the
of
muscle stuff. Yes. I know what it is. I'm sorry, I had a brain fart.
But yeah, my practice routine doesn't change too much. I don't want to I feel like I would, in my view, I can over practice, so I don't try to go too crazy with it. Today we are recording on Sunday, so I will probably go practice today. And then obviously we will have league. I only have league. This isn't a crazy season of league for me. I know you say I'm doing tons of leagues. I really am only doing what?
I just said multiple times a week because
I mean, you're right. That is true. I have our standard on Tuesday at Urban, and then Wednesday I have my waddle, which I do use as kind of like a practice for IATC. I feel like it's being that their target, as you've seen, they're a little more precise. So it's definitely, I feel like, a way to hone in on hitting those bulls and try to think it sometimes as a no bleed and things like that, which is a little difficult with so many rings, but I try to use it as a good target practice. And I have that on Wednesdays. So that's pretty much it this season. So trying to be somewhat sane.
Question for,
of course,
when you're throwing waddle, I'm assuming throw a little bit differently. And do you think that either hurts or helps your IATC prep because you have to kind of make that adjustment in your head?
I think it helps. I don't think it actually hurts. I do the waddle no step when I do waddle. So that obviously is totally different from IATC where I am stepping. So that just is my mind. It's in my mind. I know to step and not when not to step for both leagues. So I feel like that doesn't hurt me at all. And my position of how I throw the axe and waddle, at least my starting position, it's very similar to IATC. So I don't feel like there's honestly too much complication in my waddle throwing to become a hindrance of my practice and IATC stuff. Like I always taught in waddle, the less movement you have, the better, because there's less variables to go wrong and the axe to go in a direction you don't want it to go. So I try to incorporate that into my IATC throwing. It's obviously a little more difficult because you still have to step. That's part of the motion that I do take out of the equation when I do waddle. But there's other things of where you start the axe and things like that to try to make sure you can delete some variables to make it a little more easy. Not easy, but more direct, I guess. If that makes sense.
It does make sense. Yeah. So.
Did that pretty much make sense and answer your question?
Yes. I have another question.
Okay.
Before you throw an IATC, do you eat the biofreeze? So it coats all your muscles on the inside?
That would be scary. Yeah, note to self, don't spray biofreeze near your face too much, because then all you're doing is inhaling the I'm gonna say menthol. I think it is menthol. It's whatever the muscle relaxer is, and you can just smell it. And it's just strong and potent, and I don't like it. The after effects of when I spray it on me, it's great, but yeah. Speaking of that, I do need to get some more before I leave for IATC.
There you go. Good reminder.
But yeah, good reminder. Thank you. See, because of you.
Are you bringing him to IATC?
Him? Ducky?
Not Ducky.
Ducky will.
But also Ducky.
Not Ducky, but also Ducky. Him. I know I'm gonna kick myself because you're gonna tell me what him is when I say I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you have to stick your hand into? Whose asshole are you constantly sticking your hand into, Graham?
A magical unicorn.
Yeah.
Yes, he is coming, of course.
Yay.
I'm trying to remember. I believe most of the venues up there do have chalk there, I think. I should know that. Last year I went to all the venues, and I'm pretty sure I thought they did, but now I'm second guessing myself. I don't think they did. But yes, the fist up chalk bag is definitely traveling across borders with me. It is a must. Actually, note to self, thank you again. I need to refill him. I need to put some more chalk. He's getting a little low. So, but yes, he will be joining. He is excited.
Yeah, and make sure if you see Graham to get some fist up stickers so you can fist up the unicorn's asshole too. Woo!
Yes, yeah, a good point to that. This episode will probably air before IATC. Would you guess? Maybe.
Yes. It'll go up on the.
Hey. Okay.
What?
So with that being said, anyone who listens who is traveling to IATC, I will be, again, tangent. I will be joining. I'll be going to IATC with the lovely Throwing Bows and Jenny Beam, who both throw Jenny Beam, right? Jenny Beam. Right?
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah.
That's her axe handle, right? Jenny Beam. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember her axe handle. It blanked me for a minute. But yes, I will be traveling with them. So I will be watching them throw the first half of the week. I believe they are at, I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, if you know they are throwing at a venue that you will be at as well, I will most likely be there. And that all leads up to me rambling right now. I will have my own stickers for the Water Boy or Wet Man, apparently now.
Wet Man!
I will have the Fist Up stickers as well as NAMP stickers for our podcast with me as well. So come seek me out. Come say hello. I can be shy, so don't be afraid to break the ice. If I don't know you. There's a lot of new faces up there, but I do always love to make new friends, especially with ex-friends all over the world. But yeah, seek me out, get some stickers. Love the chat. So yeah, I just want to throw that in there.
No, I love that. Hell yeah, that's fucking amazing. Please, yeah. I don't know. That's pretty sick. That's awesome. That's all I got to say to that. Is that's yeah, we love it.
Unfortunately, only going to meet maybe half of us, but maybe one year, the full NAMP power will be together at IATC one year, hanging out.
Oh man.
Yeah. Come on.
Uh-oh.
I know you want to.
IATC,
no matter what, you want to.
Better watch out. There might be some buildings set on fire from there. Uh-oh. Just kidding. I would never. That was a joke. Um, I forgot what I was
Anyway,
gonna say. Anyway, I feel like I. Oh yeah, do you have? What are you most excited for about IATC? Like, what's the thing that you're like? I'm looking forward to doing this the most. This is like, yes.
I don't know. It's just throwing, I guess. I really have not thought about that question. There's really not much. I mean, I'm going up there to throw,
Hmm.
and the rest of the week is just supporting other axe throwers and watching them throw. So, yeah, there's really nothing. That's the worst answer ever. I think that's really the worst answer ever.
It was pretty
Yeah,
bad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
it was. Yeah. And see, if I said anything else, I feel like it'd be just like me pulling something out of my ass. It'd be a crock of shit, and I don't want to do that.
That's fair.
So, um,
Do you have
yeah, just
anything?
meeting new people.
Mm,
Um, I know like last year was the first year actually meeting some I can't remember their names, but there's some new people I met who through at like other urban venues who I've never met, who I knew of. Um, and it was just great to meet new people, put a face to the name. Um, yeah,
also,
meeting people is probably the best thing. It's just to
mhm.
chat it up, see where people are from, um, especially the people who are from across the pond and across the world. Those Aussie throwers as well as those UK throwers are always a pleasure to meet and hear that wonderful accent. Um, if any of those Aussie throwers are listening, um, definitely bring along some of those pandas. Those pandas were the shit. Did you ever see one of those?
What? A panda from Australia?
A panda?
What?
Well, yeah, I don't think I have. I think they're all in my car.
Are they kangaroos painted black and white?
That's actually the next thing they should do. So this past year, oh my god, that'd be fun. They brought little hair clips, but they're pandas around them,
Uh-huh.
so you can clip them. You can pinch their back, and it's a hair clip. So you pinch one end, and it opens their arms. So you can clip them to things. And they're little tiny pandas, or koalas. Sorry, koalas.
Oh,
Did I say pandas
koalas.
this entire time?
Yes, that
I said pandas the entire time,
koala
didn't I?
makes so much
My
more
bad.
sense. I was so confused. I was like,
I don't know why I
pandas?
said panda.
What?
Why did I think pandas?
I don't
No, you said
know.
black and white. That's why I think I got confused too.
No,
Anyway, koalas.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. I said black and white after you said pandas because I was confused.
you did. Yeah,
Yeah,
koalas. The cute little koalas, and
that makes
I had a hat on last year, so I clipped my little koala to my hat and walked around. They have little tiny T-shirts that say also "I love Australia" on them. It's amazing. Um, so yeah, super cool.
that's so sick.
I hope they bring them back. Like you said, though, they should do kangaroos this year. I think that'd be fun. It might be a little late, but that would be really dope. Um, yeah. So if I get one, I'll get you one.
Okay, well, thank you. I what?
And
Yeah.
then you can make a little NAMP T-shirt for it.
Oh, that would be so cute. I have a little T-shirt. Um,
That'd be cool.
do you have
Anyway,
anything you want to do that's not axe related? You know, since you're going to like a different country.
a different country that I've never been to. Oh no,
Yeah.
no, I've been there.
Well,
Um,
obviously, but you know.
yeah. I think the other fun part is also just going out with other throwers. And so, for example, we had I don't remember what night that was. Urban had a gathering for all urban throwers from all of our venues. That was a
Mm,
lot of fun. Um, so, like I said, I was able to meet some other throwers from other urban venues, which I didn't know about or wanted to meet up with, and put again, like I said, put a nice face to the name. So that was a lot of fun, as well as they had a lot of other social gatherings throughout the week, as well as homecoming at the very end. Um, so just being able to talk and meet new people outside of just thinking of pieces and acts related things and just having a good time was probably a very exciting thing as well. It was very enjoyable.
were you when you guys went out, were you busting it down water style, water wet style, you know, on the dance floor? Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Well, when you come, you can do that. But no, we were not.
No, I'll take a pass on that one. Thank you.
You already threw it out there, so you're definitely doing it, and all of our viewers, or the viewers and listeners now, will I think hold you to that.
No, absolutely not. I was asking because you're the water boy, so you gotta bust it down water style. I can't do that.
That's called a slip and slide.
Oh, were you slip and sliding?
Yeah, because it was raining for one party. I know it was raining. So
Let's go. Oh yeah. Also, guys, hey, if you didn't watch the episode or whatever, our last episode, we have a drinking game now that you can play while you watch this. Courtesy of Throwing Bows, thank you so much. She came up with the rules, so you should go watch that so you can play the drinking game if you want. It's a little too late during this, but you can rewatch and play, or just like already have watched that episode because it's cool.
Listen, and rewatched, yeah. Also, shout out to Flick Flick Boom. He also helped, I believe, in the curation of the said drinking game. But they both were canoodling on that one. But yes, that last episode, if you haven't listened to it, was something new for us. Multi-note. It was definitely very enjoyable to do our first live in-person podcast. We had never done that before, so it was kind of a trial.
Yeah.
Shout out to the brewery for not knowing what we were doing, but we did it anyway. That was fun. Oh, and shout out the class of 2007.
Oh,
or was it 2005? I can't remember.
It was 2015 because it was 10 years.
Oh, right. It was 2015. You're right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the class of 2015. That was a graduating class having a graduation celebration party at the brewery we were at when we did our live recording in person, and it was just a funny thing to talk about. I think we discussed it a little bit and made jokes about it when we were recording, but yeah. So, and special shout out again. I know I said it, I believe, on the previous live one, but if you didn't hear it, we had two special guests who were out of the blue random there. So, Sports Ball Barbie, thank you for joining our show, as well as Russian Viking came in a little bit, and I know he wasn't able to give us an introduction. He was a little more just wanted to be on the sideline. So
yeah. Sorry, peer pressure, I guess. I don't know.
We did peer pressure him to take the mic a little bit, which is good. That was fun time. So anyway, thank you to our special guests. Maybe you'll see them again. Wink, 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 wink.
Or maybe. I don't know. I thought I had something funny to say, and then I didn't have anything. So that's what I got.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
did I interject all your IATC questions you were having for me?
Yeah, I think that was most of my IATC questions. I did just want to say very quickly, big shout out to all the people who threw at Urban Austin. Also, rest in peace, Urban Austin. You will be missed.
Oh, yes, very true.
Yeah. They recently closed their doors. For goodsies. So it's very unfortunate, but I just wanted to say big shout out to those throwers. You guys are great. Keep throwing. Don't give up. Throw your dreams. Throw your hearts out. Hit them with axes. It'll be very messy. Don't yeah. Oh wait, there was something else. Fuck, what was it? Oh yeah, the Open. The Open's coming up. The Urban Open too. In the
I wish I could have seen you like actually live and not your character right now, because you probably just lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
The Urban Open. The Urban Open's coming up. Whoa.
Will you be participating in the Urban Open
I
flare gun?
actually don't think I am this year. Um, I know. I know. I'm probably okay. Look, watch me say I'm not gonna throw at all, and then fucking 3 days from now, I'm gonna be like, I got, look at me. But so no, I don't think I'm planning to throw at all right now, just because I have like that next weekend for me is something like really important, and I need to like concentrate on that. So like I want to go and hang out, but I don't want to be like stressing about like, oh my god, the open, like, oh my god, I know, meow, 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 meow. You know how it is.
Nope, not like that.
You don't know. You don't. You
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know. But when you know, you know. And I don't know.
Well, how you get like stressies before a tourney, and you gotta like lock in, and you're like, it's lock-in time, boys. We gotta, and then it's like, whoa, and it takes up brain space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least you will be there in expectation.
Yeah. Yeah. I say that, and then I have a feeling I know myself a little too well. But anyway, are you throwing?
Oh yeah. I am actually not throwing.
What? What are we doing here?
But then again, no, right? I'm in your boat, though. I am not trying to go crazy. I'm going to another tournament in 2 weeks after that. So, yeah, I'm not trying to go too overboard. And I'm looking to I've done the Open before, so it's not like it's something new to me. The one in 2 weeks, though, is new to me. And I'm trying to focus on that.
What is it?
So I'm trying to say the UK Open.
Oh,
so we'll be
that's so
traveling
sick.
Traveling over the pond to go have some fun and throw with our European throwers and have a blast. So yeah, I'm just trying to focus on that, and spend all my money over there than over here. So, yay!
That makes sense, to be honest. I mean, like,
yeah.
I feel like if you're here, then the UK Open is like a big investment, especially since we're both close to like, be more herbs. That's like we can do that every year. Hopefully.
It's true.
But yeah, that's so sick. Are you excited?
Overjoyed. Yes, no, I'm super excited. Yeah, I'm very excited. I've been to Europe before, so that's nothing new. But
okay,
being able to go throw axes over there now, it's even better. So it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, also, like you said, I am definitely just as worried that I'm probably going to be strung into something at the Urban Open, whether it's the Swiss or the Maine, but I probably will be strung into some sort of skills with someone. So I feel like that's going to happen no matter what.
Yeah.
I say nothing. I say I'm not throwing, but I'll probably be doing something. So.
Well, yeah, no, literally, like, that's what happened to me last year. Last year I was like, well, I just want to go Friday to like hang out and watch the skills. I'm not gonna throw, and then I think I ended up throwing almost every skill, and I was like, how the fuck? What the fuck? Huh?
Yep.
What? Yeah. It was crazy.
That's how the itch happens.
I know. We need. What if we come up with like a catchy phrase for
a safe
like
word?
What?
Oh, I said a safe word, so we don't throw. We don't get conned into doing something.
Oh, got it. That's yep.
Wink, 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 wink,
What?
wink.
Okay, like I was thinking like instead of like an itch, because like an itch makes it sound like a disease, Like what about like something like shiver me timbers, but like that's not shiver me timbers. So I was like thinking like tingles, but like what's a T word for axes? Like the like throwing tingles, but that doesn't make any sense. So
that sounds like you'd have a doctor take a look at it. So we're gonna leave it at that.
what What about like treacherous tingles? No, that's worse. What about what about no. Okay. Yep. Guys. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
Oh,
we'll see what happens.
yes.
Like you, I always get conned into doing something. So, but it's always a lot of fun,
Yeah.
even if you're just spectating. I know there's some fun people coming from. I don't know if they listen, but I hope they do. If they're not, I will convince them to listen to our podcast. Some fun people from Ohio, who are
Ohio.
coming to both throw, Ohio,
Ohio.
um, to come throw, and I know one is coming to just spectate. So it'll be a lot of fun for them to come experience this for the first time. I mean, of course, talked it up like crazy to them, and they are overjoyed about coming to see this. And it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be
So
so much fun. You know what else is fun?
maybe every year. What?
Your hat. You should show it off.
Like now?
Oh,
I can't throw it up now. It's like a special thing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I can.
Don't show it off now. Don't show it
No.
off now. No. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
What?
ruin it.
No, it's okay. You ruined it. It's all right.
No.
I'm kidding with you. I'm just fucking with you.
Ah!
You just like it. That's all.
Yeah, it's
That's
cool.
all.
That's why you should
That's
show
all.
it off. It's a clutch
Yeah.
hat.
It's a clutch hat.
You should tell the story of the hat.
There's really not much of a story. I saw it online and I bought it. Win-win.
But what's it for? Because it's not for axe throwing. It is now, but what was it designed
it's
for?
Theoretically, yeah. It's designed for a golf hat.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Playing golf, I know, playing golf, if I ever go clutch, but anyway, the color obviously and the word make perfect sense for axe throwing, so I'm happy to rep that now.
So guys,
hopefully it doesn't get in the way.
Clutch. We didn't plan an Axosaurus segment this podcast episode, but you're gonna get it right now because Clutch. Did you know that there's a clutch in axe throwing? Of course you did. That's why you're here. And then there's also a clutch in golf. Whoa! I didn't know that. Whoa! New terminology unlocked, guys. This is a golfing podcast now. So according to my quick Google search, a clutch in golf refers to a player who can hole out when the pressure is on, last hole of an event, tight Ryder Cup match, etc. You want a clutch putter for a famous someone's to hole a putt to save your scenario.
I should have known you'd look it up.
Word for word, that's what the Google said, but that's probably really bad summary. So we're trying, I think it's like, okay, in the most basic sense, to be a clutch means to succeed in tough times. So basically, how they use clutch is the normal meaning of the word clutch. So it's just the definition of clutch, I think. So it doesn't mean anything different. In golf, they just use it more, I guess. I don't know if you know more about that. Drop it down below in the comments.
That'll be the poll of the week on the podcast on Instagram. Do you clutch more in golf or in axe throwing? Pick one.
Are you gonna wear if you wear that hat to IATC, are you also gonna wear like a green shirt and green pants and green shoes and then find a green screen on you'll just be like, I'm a floating head throwing axes.
So if I did that, which I don't think you know, okay, see this is where it's get the rabbit hole. Are you familiar with the show It's Always Sunny?
Oh gosh, I've definitely heard of it. Wait, hold on. Maybe if I see it, I'll say yes or no for sure. Wait, isn't that where the pointy meme came from? The pointy meme of the guy where he's pointing at the wall with all the red threads and all the papers and he looks crazy?
So, side note, one of the characters, Charlie, dresses up as Green Man. I sent it to you on Messenger right now. Go take a look.
Okay.
That's what when you said I should dress up like all green, that's what I think of.
Yeah, but all green except it's just like your face. So when you throw the axe, it's just like a floating Graham head. It's like, oh.
You just see my head. That would be so weird.
Yeah. Well, it's your head in the axe. You're using your psychic powers to throw the axe.
That would be bizarro.
Wait, is this the show with the meme? I think it is. Wait, It's Always Sunny. I swear it's the show with this meme. I think
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It is the meme. It is the show with the meme. That's why I know the show, because of this meme. This is my favorite meme.
I will make sure you send me that meme and we will post it on this week's episode on one of the photos.
Yes.
How about that?
Once it loads, can you load, please? Okay, copy image. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the Discord. Discordo general. Okay, Control D. That's it. He's like there, and he's like, whoa, and I'm like, that's what the inside of my brain looks like all the time.
Where did you put it?
In co-host station general.
Oh, wrong one. I was looking at the different general. Oh yes, Charlie doing that shit. Yes, good old Charlie.
I've never watched the show, but I know that meme.
I bet there's a lot of memes that relate to shows that you have not watched the show. Just putting that out there.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
My memes are like really whack.
They're whack?
They're whack. They're whacked out. They're crazy.
Hey.
Cray.
Gotta own it.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Drink that whole drink right now, motherfuckers. Drink it. You only know what I'm talking about if you're playing the drinking game. Anyway.
If you know, you know.
Exactly.
If not, go get a drink.
And it can be water too. Maybe if you don't drink alcohol, you can still play the game. Just drink until you piss yourself. Just kidding. Don't do that. But drink lots of water. If you want to stay hydrated,
you'll be pissing yourself either way.
Yeah. Hashtag be hydrated with NAMP, because that's so crazy.
You're just getting them all pissed off.
I have too much power now.
You do. Ultimate cosmic power.
Ooh. Ooh.
What's that from?
I don't know. I just made the sound with my mouth. Oh, the pull from the cosmic power, was that a reference? Sorry, that just clicked in my brain. I don't know. I've never heard that before.
Well, sending this to you as well.
Okay.
Sent.
A GIF. Oh, it's from Aladdin.
Yeah, ultimate cosmic power.
I haven't seen Aladdin. I was like, I don't know. It's been definitely way more than a decade since I've seen Aladdin. That's for sure.
Well, it's okay.
I think
throwing bows is...
Go ahead.
We could do it. We should do like a Disney podcast.
A Disney podcast?
Throwing bows would love that. Throwing bows would go... She would flip if we did that. Her love for Disney movies.
I don't really know that much about Disney. I've never been like a big Disney girly. Do you have a favorite Disney movie?
I mean, Aladdin's a good go-to, but growing up with Pixar, I always liked the Pixar movies.
So if you have to pick
Toy Story,
a movie.
What? If I had to pick?
Yeah, picks a movie. Get it?
Pixar.
Picks a movie, yeah.
Picks it up.
Okay. I don't know why that was so funny.
I don't either.
Okay.
Don't piss yourself, please.
I'm not gonna piss myself. Sorry,
Yeah.
yes, you said Toy Story. I so rudely interrupted you.
Toy Story.
Okay.
I'm used to it. It's been 15 episodes. I'm used to it.
No! Ah! Which Toy Story? Just the first one?
Just the first. They get, unfortunately, in my opinion, they don't get much better after that.
I like the,
Yeah.
I like the one with. Okay, this is so random. Oh, fuck, I forget if it's China or Japan. I think it's. Is it China? Yeah, I think Lotso the bear is like super huge in China. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's China though. I think
Sure.
like Lotso the bear, super popular character there. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but like I'm pretty sure that Lotso goes crazy in China. Anyway, weird. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. I don't know. I think I think my two favorite Disney movies of all time are Nightmare Before Christmas and then The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Probably those two.
Those are good choices.
Yeah, I know. I feel like The Hunchback of
You
Notre
can't go
Dame's
wrong with
a deep cut.
you can't go wrong with NBC.
NDC? Oh, Nightmare.
NBC.
Oh,
Nightmare Before
NBC.
Christmas.
Oh, I thought you meant the National Broadcasting Channel. I was like, what?
No, what's that?
We're not a news station. I don't think Disney owns the news station now.
Maybe.
Oh shit.
I sent you a picture. I sent you a picture of my favorite short.
Okay. Yeah, I have not seen this.
Oh my god, you have to watch it.
Okay.
For all you listeners, I sent her a picture of the Pixar short film for the birds. I can't remember which movie that came out. So they would play short films before the main film. And this one came out before what Pixar birds? It was an animated. Oh, it came out before the release. So if you went to go see Monsters Inc. in theaters, which I did, this short film was shown before it, kind of like a little teaser trailer, or not really a teaser, not really a teaser or a trailer, just a short film. I literally fell out of my seat laughing so hard at this film. It is hilarious. I love it.
Okay.
You'll watch it and you better laugh because it's hilarious. It's like everything you think of about birds is true because of this.
Okay, so I went to go see Monsters Inc. University in theaters, but so the issue with Monsters Inc. in theaters, that may or may not have come out before I was like alive, so I definitely didn't see that in theaters.
For the Birds came out in 2000.
Yeah. Because it says it came out in Monsters Inc. premiered at the El Capitan Theater in Los Angeles on October 8th, 2001.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll definitely watch it though.
About that. Yeah, you better watch it.
Oh, I forgot another Disney movie I actually super love. Okay, this is actually a really deep cut. Cuz I actually really unironically love the sequels of I love The Little Mermaid 2, and then I also really love Cinderella 2 and 3. I don't like Cinderella 1, but I like Cinderella 2 and 3. I know.
That's so random.
It's such a random. So many people don't even know that those movies like even exist. I know, crazy.
They shouldn't.
No, they should because okay, in the Cinderella sequels, basically favorite. It's like one of her stepsisters actually gets to be like redeemed, and she helps her like find love, and it's like a really nice oh, like, you know, maybe she wasn't like an asshole, or she was an asshole, but a lot of it was like how she was raised, she didn't blah blah blah, and it was like, it's so nice. And then the other one really is just like a big fat gaping asshole, and we hate her for that, and so is the stepmom. But then there's a nice one, and it's like, oh my gosh, she gets to be redeemed, and it's so cool. And I don't really like Cinderella as a character. I always thought the stepsisters were way more interesting. So I was like, whoa, this is awesome. And she gets a little man's, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a Disney podcast and get Throwing Bows on here, because she will talk about that forever. And you are losing me right now, because I feel like what's gonna happen is we get Throwing Bows on here to talk about Disney stuff, and you two will just go on, and I'll just have my 2 little cents in there every now and then, which is fine. Because right now you're talking nonsense to me.
Oh.
I give Cinderella 2, 1 thumbs down.
What? I said
Cinderella.
2 and 3.
Yeah, both thumbs down.
Have you seen them?
I'm not going to see them.
What? I'll watch your short. Wait, what if we do? You know what we should do? We did one live NAMP episode, but we should do an episode where we're like live reacting to like a Disney movie.
I'm not being subject to an entire sequel of a Disney movie. I will put it that way.
Well, maybe we'll just give you enough alcohol, and you'll be like, "Yeah, great idea."
Oh, thanks. Okay, thank you. That's not gonna be crazy.
It's not gonna be crazy. No, that's fair. I don't know. I feel like most of my Disney knowledge is like older. Like I haven't watched anything. The only Disney thing I've watched, technically, even though it's Marvel, recently was like the new Daredevil show. I don't really watch Disney anymore. Or I haven't for many years. But then my grandma, when I was little, she used to have like all these old Disney movies because she's like a huge Disney person. So I know, like, I watched a lot of older Disney stuff when I went there. So that's why I'm like, Cinderella 2 and 3, Little Mermaid 2, shit slaps. Little Mermaid 3 is actually a prequel to the Little Mermaid 1, but I never really watched that one. So I don't know if that one's good. But also it's a prequel. So I'm like, that's kind of cringe.
You have like a 1-minute tangent of all your life story in a synopsis on Disney movies.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
That was hilarious to listen to. That was awesome. When I was growing up with Disney movies, see, when you were growing up with Disney movies, that's different from when I was growing up with Disney movies.
True.
Lady and the Tramp, that's too old for you. Jungle Book.
No.
That's an older one.
I've seen both of those. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I watched older Disney movies for me because, like, that's what my grandma had.
Okay. All right, fine. You're forgiven on that one.
Yeah. Like, you could name basically any Disney movie probably that came out before 2000, and I've probably seen it. Like, if it's like a trad Disney movie. But then maybe, like, after, like, the year, I don't know, 2008, I'd know nothing.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of things off the top of my head, and I can't.
I actually have seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll give you that one.
Actually, I enjoyed that movie.
You enjoy that one?
Yeah, but I was like 5, so it was a good movie though.
Is that a real good basis that you can remember that moment? I don't think so. Just kidding.
Oh, I used to be obsessed with Mary Poppins. I was like obsessed.
Obsessed? Some strong words there.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was really into Mary Poppins when I was under the age of, like, I don't even remember. Young.
Under the age of young?
Young?
How old would you say you are? I'm young. Can you quantify that into a number? Nope.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it fast enough, it's really quite atrocious. Anyway, I'm sorry. Weird tangent.
Yes, you are. You are the tangent.
You also go on tangents.
Not as bad as you. Yours are just better tangents. That's all I have to put it that way. Yours are better tangents. Tangents.
That's not true. You brought up Disney. This is your tangent. You brought up
Yeah,
Disney.
and you ran with it. You ran with this hard. I stopped. You fuel the fire. You're one of those. You're one of those villagers just walking with their little pitchfork and your torch, fueling the fire.
That's crazy. I like when you said that. I was like, angry mob villager. What? Where are we going with this?
Angry mob. Oh yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, Disney is weird though, because now if I watch a Disney movie, I'm like, my opinions are vastly different of what they were when I was a young child, because there's lots of undertones and things that I was not aware of when I was a young child. So now I see a Disney movie and I'm like, yuck.
See, now you just need to. We do need to have a Disney episode because
we do.
And yeah,
a big Disney episode. All right.
Yeah,
okay.
That would be good.
Yes.
I'm pro that.
Yeah. But we should probably wrap up because we haven't talked about axes for at least 10 minutes minimum.
Which Disney movie has an axe in it?
Wait, that's such oh my gosh. We should do it on the Disney episode. We have to figure out what Disney movies have axes in them. That's actually so big brain. What? What a good idea. Do you guys want to see us debating on which Disney movies have axes in them?
It's probably very few, is my guess, but I could be wrong.
Okay. I think I can think of maybe Snow White. Maybe Beauty.
You can't discuss that now.
Oh, sorry. Right. Nope. Sorry. Anyway, Anyway, to everyone throwing at IATC, good fucking luck. You guys are gonna do amazing. We're wishing you all the best. Please go crush it. Have fun. Don't stress too much. Make sure go say hi to Wetmans. It'll be great.
Come find me. Stickers, hello, what have you.
Yes.
New podcast ideas, you name it.
Whoop whoop.
Don't make me. Yep.
Don't make you what?
I was gonna say, don't make me cry by saying something. I don't know. I don't know why that came out like that.
Cry?
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. Please. All right, he's wet enough. We don't need any. That was not.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was bad. All right, look, not every joke can hit, okay? There's been a lot of flops this episode, and I'm sorry. It's a big floundering around today in the pond. Yeah.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's always fun.
Whoa. Did you know that sorry backwards is Euros? Euros?
Your ass?
No, Euros. Euros. Anyway, good luck.
Yeah, it sounds like you're saying yes. Yes. Good luck to everyone throwing round 2 in Toronto. Have fun. Go well. My very words I tell all my throwers back home. Just have fun. Yeah.
Just have fun and keep your titties up. But yeah, we'll see you guys next episode. Hopefully back on a regular schedule-ish, maybe, perhaps. Who knows? But goodbye. Oh wait, no. Right, during the last episode we switched it. So you have to lead it and then I'll do the follow-up, okay? All right, you got it.
Okay.
Go Waterboy.
That's not my name.
Go Graham.
That's not my name either.
Okay, go Wet Man.
You're trying to get this thing to stick, so you might as well keep trying. We're not axe murderers.
We're axe fucking throwers. Bow, 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 bow.
think I've ever touched that one. Bye.